Welcome back, I'm Karjan, and this is Let's Art Operation Blinking Mirror Edition. So, I actually, after the last recording, it was getting really late at night, so I took a break and went to bed and got up in the morning and decided that I absolutely hate a significant portion of what I did. As I do more of these, you will learn that this is actually fairly common of me. That I will just completely despise what I did the previous day. So, a lot of times I will end up just going off and doing something different. So, let's see. Puts the waist about here. I have his torso too long. That's part of what's the problem. And then the second, which is more like that. So it's not quite. Something like that. Not quite though. How's that look? I love the random flips that occur. I don't know, and this is where I will reiterate the fact that I hate working with. What's this layer do? Absolutely nothing. Yes, absolutely nothing. Cool. This is where I will reiterate the fact that I hate drawing humans. I really despise drawing humans. This down and in. So it's something more like that, and then the second, no, comes up a bit more like that. Is sort of down like that. And I'm probably going to end up figuring out exactly how I can hide as much as possible of that. Yeah. So, while I'm in the process of fiddling around with this and attempting to... Oh, that's what that does. How interesting. Oh well. Don't need those anyway. I need to deselect that first. Let's just undo that for a moment. Let's put this on a new layer. Layer rear cut. There. Let's just erase this, because I don't need this anymore. Okay. So... Whoops. That's the problem with suddenly zooming out like that. You lose the fine control you had. Yeah, I think that's better. That's a better placement for the head. Just get rid of this. Get rid of some of the duplicate. It's not the same direction, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's ignore the background, the initial sketch for a moment. Oops. I don't want you to be inside there. Move below. Okay. And flood fill this with black. And suddenly, things actually look a lot cleaner. Trying to find a zoom level that works. Oops. Let's see here. So I still kind of like the foot up. The leg upwards, like this. Maybe if add yet another layer. Whoops. A little too far zoomed in. Have the inner leg, well, the leg far away. And I shouldn't have done that like that. Redo. Okay. Huh. No, I don't know why it double taps in such strange places. My hand was not actually near because it double tapped up here. I don't know why that occurs. It just does sometimes. Phantom clicks. Just have it down like that. So hide that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to manage to actually satisfy myself with this. but that's probably as good as I'm gonna be able to get. Okay. Moving on. Oh, hey! Sweet, I will actually get to be able to hide some of it with Muku Muku. Ah, right, those are the original position of Muku Muku. So, let's start working on Muku Muku. Let's do a violet this time. I tend to try and find a color that's different from all other colors that are close by so that I can more easily tell what is the new colors. Okay, so they're drawn with little tufts of fur right around that point. So, oops. And then their eyes are drawn really big and really round. I'm going to need to erase a lot of that. Yep, gonna need to erase a lot of that. And their adorable little ears. Oops. Adorable little ears. And let's see. I need a much smaller I need to turn it smaller and zoom in so I can get this approximately right. Let's see. Get that. Let's clean up some of this in here. I've got big round anime eyes. And that's the down. Oops. Make this a little more pointed. Swap for a different direction so I can more easily. There we go. Okay. Now back to this. And got the W-shaped mouth. Like that. This should be trimmed in a little bit. Wow, those eyes are a little creepy. Okay, let's fix that. Whoops. That went directly towards my hand. inside of that out. Zoom back out. Pretty creepy still. That's probably because it's currently staring at me soullessly. It's got a little bit more shape than round. Now that I look at the image closer. Whoops. Wrong one. I don't want to make my lines too thin, because then they won't be able to be seen. But I also don't want to make them too thick, because these are more guidelines rather than outlines. I mean, they're huge squirrel eyes. That's really all they are. Don't really like that. It's a little bit too off-kilter. The head is totally off-kilter now that I'm looking at it properly. Okay. Let's get some proper guidelines drawn. Okay. Eyeline. Headline. You can totally tell that nothing I drew follows that. Okay. So let's fix this slowly. This. Bring the eye up like that. That will do. And then this one. Move this up as well. Although we're going to need to change the way that edit. Free transform. Move it down a little bit. There we go. Oops. Deselect. Yeah, we're already looking better. So, and then we grab this. And we do free transform on this as well. We line it up more properly. There. Correct. Deselect. Remove that. Okay. Now for the rest of it, needs to be properly trimmed and realigned. Let's erase all this. And something like that. Although this, I think, needs to be a little bit more rounded out. And this, oops, needs to be a bit more cleaned. then this needs to be moved a little bit further down. Edit, free transform. There we go. Deselect. Sort of. And there we go. Up like this. The highest point of the head will be over here. And then you can erase this. Still looks a bit creepy, but coloring and proper shading will probably work. And as I said before, I'm pretty sure it's the soulless black eyes staring at me that's really bothering me. Okay. Moving on to the rest of the body. Oops. Okay. What size is this? Let's move it up a little bit. Not that much. There we go. Okay. And fairly basic body shape. Just around, and then like that, and then those little boots. And a lot of his body is covered with his cape, depending upon the way the cape falls. They really are adorable. Round, pointy boot, and like that. And I realized while I was looking up some images of Mukumuku and similar that I had forgot the flying part of flying squirrel. They're not just squirrels, they are flying squirrels. So they've got flaps of skin. And we've got a paw there. They've got flaps of skin that go down and touch onto their side. Okay. It's going to be really fun, and by fun I mean annoying, to try and draw those tiny, tiny little hands. And then add his little bag in. Something like that. More. Yeah. So disturbing. Okay. pause. This is far too long. How am I going to change this? Whoops. And in like that. Something like more of that. Yeah. Let's just put this on. Oops. Let's put this on a new layer. Layer via cut. That way I can erase things with impunity. Or, well, sort of impunity. And like that down. They don't really have shoulders because they're squirrels, but it's really kind of difficult to draw this sort of stuff that I've never drawn before. Kind of looks like a buff squirrel. Whoops. That is the other problem of trying to deal with multiple layers, is that you forget what's on what layer. Okay, let's fix this down here. Like that. Yeah, I guess. Oops. Winged squirrels. Oh, I forgot his tail. And I'm just gonna do his tail over here. Tail. There we go. There. That's at least something. Every pass-through requires that ends with something a little bit more detailed than what was there previously, even if I don't end up liking it. But I think I'll probably just leave these two be now and move on to down here. This is gonna be fun. Nina's gonna be fun. I don't want to do Nina. So I'll probably just end up doing more of the squirrels and then leave Nina to last. It's going to be so exciting. Alright. I will see you next video.